Guys, welcome to Amped, our 10th episode. As we promised last, obviously, real quick, we are shooting from the powerhouse, the mecca of all bodybuilding in Tampa Bay. Again, feel free to come visit us down here. I'm Jake. I've been coaching. I've been a training director for over a decade. I've been coaching. I've coached coaches. This is Tom. Obviously, he's been doing it way longer than me. According to the last episode, he's been doing it more than my whole life. Okay. So yeah, but other than that, today we want to cover the mindset aspect of our channel, Amped, and we talked about how we gonna help give you guys a leeway to tap into that inner balance within you, which really could lead you to performing great or achieving the things that you've been wanting to achieve. How do you tap into that inner peace? How do you tap into retrieve and extract that joy out of your life so you can be happier, man? Because isn't that why we're all here?
You can't be happy all the time, but you can be content. I think is a good word to look for. But
Well, honestly, I would say don't get lost in the words. If you're content, contentment is happiness, and happiness is contempt. So they're dancing with each other.
Yeah. So basically, a lot of it is being able to be present. So
Oh my God, it's everything.
being present and being aware that you're not present and you're thinking about your to-do list and you're all over the place, or you've got this inner friction going on with the relationship with your significant other, those kind of things. Your job is sucking at the moment, or maybe it is every moment. Fortunately, we love what we do. But
All right. Being present is really good advice that you can give to people, but majority of the people is going to go over their head. So how do I be present? Because most people are like, yeah, I agree. Being present is great, but I really can't be present. I got shit to think about. I got shit to worry about. So what do you tell those people? How can they be present?
meditation is a great
Incredible
way to
practice.
be able to do it, and that's exactly what it is, Jake.
When should people
It's
meditate?
practice. Most of us, well, I'll even do it sometimes mid-afternoon as a break, but I'll spend almost an hour every morning meditating.
Great.
Different forms of meditation, because there's a lot of things out there. There's so many.
Which one works best for you?
Well, gosh, there's so many out there.
But for you personally, which one works best for you?
Well, right now I'm into brain waves. I'm into theta, delta.
Oh,
beta,
okay. So you got some
alpha.
tunes and
But also, I have probably, if I showed you my meditation folders, there's rumination, there's equanimity, there's present moment awareness, there's mindfulness, because there is a difference in all of that.
yeah, and it's true. Meditation, there's multitude
breathing,
of practices.
all the different breathing practices you can do, but it all still, for the most part, it's. And also, I like the Plum Village app. I like Insight Timer better, but Plum Village app with Thich Nhat Hanh from
Right,
Vietnam monk.
right.
I mean, there's a lot of different.
There's
The
so
Four
what
Noble Truths.
you're saying, there's multitudes of styles of meditation. So please do find what works for you. I think that's what you're advising.
Yes.
But ultimately, all of them are inviting you to be in the present moment.
Yes, they are.
Which is goes back to
Yes.
what the really great advice you give to one of the ways to find that joy within, to find that peace within, is be present in the moment. Okay, great. For me, go ahead.
Well, but there's other things that I do as well to help
Please.
me.
So
find a
besides
little bit
being
of
present,
joy. Exercising.
my
My
God,
quiet time in the
huge one.
morning is my meditation time. That's good for me. Getting outside,
Okay.
getting into nature,
Okay.
mindful eating.
Okay.
Thinking about when you're having that bite of food, and well, I need to hurry up and eat and go do this.
Came across this research. You gotta. They're advising people to chew 50 times before
Dang,
you
I thought my 20 was a lie.
50 times, which is crazy.
But I mean,
right?
it helps your whole digestive
My
system.
God.
But
Well,
if you're mindful of eating, you're thinking about, boy, this banana really tastes good today.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Versus just inhaling your food, and you're just, that's unconscious living again. That's
Done.
why
One
we're
bite,
here,
done.
is to say, hey.
But here's the thing: the beginning process of your digestive system starts actually in your mouth. It's
Right.
not down into the stomach, gallbladder, all that. No, it's actually in your mouth. And a lot of people oversee that because we don't want to talk about nutrition today. So being present is one. Being conscious when you're eating, which invites you to being present in the moment.
Yes, exactly.
So back to the presence in the moment.
The things that your mind does to you that's not beneficial, like the shoulda, woulda, coulda things. None of those
Takes
shoulda,
you away
woulda,
from the present.
coulda. Yes, they all do exactly that. They
Take
either
you away from.
put you in the past or they put you in the future. And we're not in the past and
No.
we're not in the future. We're here, right now.
Can I add something?
You
Thank
certainly can.
Okay.
Thanks for asking.
I love to interrupt him. It just gets him going, which is we want fire in these conversations. So, okay, look, we're not saying deny and ignore your past and future. They are part of your life experience.
Yes.
I'm just saying don't let them occupy your mind 99.9% of the time. They're used as a reference mirror. If you're driving and you keep looking at the rear view mirror, which is a reference mirror that allows you to see what's behind you, what you already passed, you're going to eventually crash. And that's what happens in real life. Like the front view mirror is more important, but also what's really, you don't get out to the front view mirror and just keep, you sit in the present moment in the car and you control everything. What I'm trying to say is you're better in control of your life. You will create the things, you will find your true purpose, which is of least resistance. You find what you love, what you're doing. If you're in the moment majority of your time, your creativity, your essence, your development, your high achievements all happen in the moment. Actually, everything you know of happens in the moment. Nothing happens in the future, in the past. So past is a reference. So we do use our past just to reference and make better decisions. And we use our future to visualize where we want to be. Please understand this. This is not from me or from me. This is from great teachers that have lived way before us, the Buddhas,
Right.
the rishis.
We've learned.
Yeah,
trying to
the
work on
rishis,
ourselves.
Jesus, Muhammad,
Yeah.
all the great Zarathustra, Plato, Pythagoras, all the great people, the teachers that we learn from, and they've taught humanity, have shared this wisdom.
But for some of the little things, not to
Yeah.
be confused when I say, or we say surrender, let go, that kind of thing. There are things you have to do. If you
Very
are
diligent.
in a career that you don't like, you have to get out of your comfort
You
zone
have
for
to.
personal growth, and you have to make
Thank
some
you.
painful
Please.
changes
Please,
to
that's a
be
good advice.
to be in a better place, so that you
That's a good
can
advice.
actually access the joy that you have within you,
Yes,
because
yes,
you're
yes,
doing
yes.
something that you have enjoying,
Yeah, you
versus
can't.
just going in and dragging a check, or being in a relationship that's not working for you.
But for the love of God, on that advice, if you're not, I know people will be like, I don't want to listen to this because they're in this situation, they have responsibilities and all this. Look, if you're doing something you do not love, you need to start planning on how to exit that and start doing things that you love. And there is so much we're living it. And for me personally, from years of training and coaching and coming across clients and seeing what makes them miserable, a lot of the times it's usually family and jobs. And I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
with jobs, I've seen people that there's some people that are ready to jump off the cliff. So I just gave them the little extra push. They're very happy. Years later, they're very happy. They're doing what they love and they're making more income from it. Okay. So please, please. And then I've had people that are like, no, man, I have obligations. The other people that didn't have obligations too. But you'll be surprised. The other ones are still struggling, are still miserable, are still going through some very tough times because I stay in touch with a lot of people. And I'm always trying, I don't want to force things on to people because life is the greatest teacher, but I definitely want to be of good guidance to them. So I still try to instill like, hey, look, find what works for you. And you don't have to do a crazy exit. If you're that type of person, you're very careful. I would say, continue to work at your job, but conserve your money. Figure out how you can create passive income. Figure out how to create active income on the side. Creating your own thing is not difficult. And the time of social media that we're in right now, you can create a business online and people will gravitate. People that love whatever you have is unique and you can put it out there and people will gravitate to it. But you have to believe in yourself. This is why we're doing these things. Like the things we're equipping you with is to teach you self-confidence, self-growth, self-development, to go out there and go after the things that you want, to eat right, to feel right, to be right. This is why we're all doing this, because we've been through these situations with our clients and we've seen the change. We've seen what the change does
And
to these people.
ourselves.
Exactly, because they did it to us. It's emotionally rewarding. So please, you got to make the change. You got to make the change.
Subtraction and addition. So if you've got which most of us have a busy life, but a lot of times we keep adding things to it. I need a second job to pay for this new car or this bigger
Right.
house. Whereas if you can simplify your life and quiet some things down, you're going to be able to find a few more moments of joy and peace and bliss and tranquility in your life, because you don't have so much
Clutter.
Yes,
Yeah.
clutter. Perfect.
Literally,
Thank you.
it's clutter.
Exactly.
That's how I look at it. Okay, so I guess the ultimate advice we give you today really is to try to be present and to try to go if things, because it is a difficult subject to get into because it's a very expansive, right? But because like, how do you tell people to find peace within them? you can be present, and being present can deviate to, so presence can be like the main thing, and then you have branches come out of that, and like journaling, you know, waking up early, meditating, going to bed early, journaling at night, don't be on the phone, at all these things that can add up to it. You know, I'm not going to sit on entertainment and watch TV for over several hours. Heck, if you can cut off the entertainment, that great, but that's on another extreme level. But I know people that did that, and they're very successful in their life, by the way. So these things, they can add up. Don't argue with people. Don't find yourself getting involved in argument. So little by little, don't what do they say? Don't overwhelm yourself. So just little. I've Please trust me. The slow guy is the guy that wins the race. Slow progress wins the race.
Tortoise and the hare.
Thank you. So little by little, be like, hey, I'm going to work on this for 90 days. I'm going to work on this for 90 days. And as you do it, you will fall, but just come back. Just know that it's a fight against the old nature, the old self, the lazy self, the self that just want to be comfortable, the self that loves entertainment, that loves sugar. So as long as you can be diligent towards, hey, and understand that you're going to fall, and you will come back up, you will do great. You will do great, and slowly you get better at it. Yeah, the first time I go cut a piece of wood, I'm not getting the right measurements. Second time I cut it, I'll get better at it, and I'm getting better. I'll leave this environment, come back a year later, I'll be better at cutting that wood compared to the first time I've ever cut that piece of wood. And that's what I'm telling you. And then it becomes a skill. Then later I just know how to cut. I'm just using this as an example.
Well,
So
what you're doing, and that's a good example, because you know, for you to make these changes in your life, it's practice. You're going to keep slipping back. It's just natural. But you're trying to
it's part of the
create,
process.
you're creating some new synapses in your brain with better behavior.
True, new neural pathways, correct.
Your neurological pathway can be changed, but it takes time and practice to do that. And you have to put in the work, like with everything else.
My goodness. And the key for succeeding with all these advices is what we talk about all the time: consistency.
Yes.
Without consistency, none of this is going to be successful for you. Consistency is literally, it's the bridge that holds all these things together while you're going through the bridge to get to where you need to be. Without consistency, it is not going to happen. Oh, the greatest advice. The God can come through right now through a portal and tell you, here's what you need. And if you don't stay consistent with it, it'll fall off. You'll fall off. Okay. So next episode we'll be covering diet, and if it's
and
actually,
everybody's on a diet, because
my
whatever
God,
you eat every day is your diet.
even if you're eating crap, you're on a crap diet.
Well, yeah, whatever you're eating is your diet.
Yeah, so it's a diet. Guys, if this is helpful, if you guys find what we share with you very helpful, please, we really don't care about followers and all this. We have our own businesses. We're very successful. What we're asking for is just share it with others. Do subscribe. Maybe we'll get us more viewers, people that need to hear this stuff. And our ultimate goal is for people to just live a healthier, happier, more active lifestyle. And when I talk about active, it's active in the mind, active in the spirit, and active in the body. Really. Yeah, harmonious living, man. Because that's when people are content. That's when they're happy, and that's when they go and share that with others. It's really like a water ripple effect.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And the world today needs this. The world today, I feel like it needs this. We're tired of
for sure.
So we need it. We're doing our due diligence as human beings that came to this level, and we're not saying we're great and all. We're just normal people. They're just diligent, working every day,
trying to help others.
Yeah, and you do the same thing. Please, the more you develop yourself, the more you'll be able to develop others and help others.
Kindness and compassion.
Yeah. Guys, have an amazing day. We'll see you the next episode. Take care.